Hey, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Today I'm going to share a story of a day in the life of somebody who's been through a lot of heartbreak. I've known heartbreak time and time again, and I feel like I've lost everything, basically like Job did. But I also still believe in miracles, and I know that God watches out for me and for you, and that we are in His hands. And He gives us reminders of that just when we want to give up. So I'm going to share something that happened last week. So I'm a mother of 4 and grandmother of 5 and 1 on the way, and that's been my greatest joy and my most important role in my life, I feel like. I love being a mom, and that has brought me nothing but joy. Of course, there's times we have heartache when there are heartaches for our children, or something happens or doesn't go as planned, and we feel heartbreak. But last week, I had my son coming in to see me, and he was here for a week, and he had a lot of things scheduled with his wife's family. It was his wife and daughter's birthday, and then they had one of her brothers got married, and then one of her brothers is going on a mission, so they had a farewell party for him. So they were busy, so they set it aside a day for me, and then a couple of days for his dad. So on my day, I was so excited for 2 months. I could hardly stand it. I looked forward to seeing my son. And the day we were together, we went to a park, and then we were going to go swimming, but they were doing story time at the park. But his little 2-year-old son couldn't sit through story time for 20 minutes, and so he wanted to go play at the playground. And so we were at the playground for 10 minutes, and within 10 minutes he fell, and he slit open his head. He had a big gash, and it was just pouring. Blood was just oozing out of it, and my son was frantic, and he's like, "We got to take him to the ER." And so they went to the emergency room, and they were there for 6 hours. And so they got back home. They came home at one point because they thought he was okay, and then he started having problems, so they took him back. And so by the time they finally got back, I got to see my son. I got to spend about 20 minutes with him, and we went outside and talked. But then I'm grateful for that, and I'm so grateful my grandson's okay. But I just, after that, they spent 2 more days with their dad and his siblings, and then the last 2 days with his wife's siblings. And I just felt like I was so excited, and it's nothing to do with my grandson falling. It's the fact that I always feel like I'm last priority, even though I always put them as my first priority as a mother when they were growing up. And that breaks my heart sometimes. And it's not just that, it's, I made some choices to help protect people, including myself, and I lost my home because of that. I lost my financial well-being. I can't provide for myself because I have chronic Lyme disease, and most of the time I'm in bed, or like today, because I spent time over the weekend doing some of these things that I'm going to share, I can't walk today. So I'm going today to get a foot zone. It's kind of like a foot massage, but it deals with, I don't know if any of you, it's like reflexology. Like there's just a certain point on your foot that correlates with something in your body, like an organ or a system, or just a certain part of your body. And so I'm going to go do that for myself today. But I just remembered all those times where I always put everybody else first, and yet I feel like I'm always put last. And my heart has been broken time and time and time again, mostly because of abuse and because of people who stand by the abuser when I tried to protect them. And I'm not going to say any more about that except for I actually died of a broken heart along with the Lyme 8 years ago. And some of my family members don't know that. But I decided, instead of feeling sorry for myself, sitting home by myself, wishing I was with my son, and getting to spend more time with my grandkids that I didn't really get to see because he was in the emergency room the whole day. One of my favorite things to do in the summer is because music's my favorite thing, music and kids. I love going to concerts in the park, and they were having, I live in Utah County, and so there's something called Orem Fest that they have every year, and they have booths, and they have entertainment through the whole thing, and I love to go and listen to concerts in the park during the summer. That's my favorite thing to do, along with fireworks and swimming. I've always been not a sun bum because I've never been a bum. I was always a hard worker, but I always wanted to live by the beach and the ocean because I love the water. I'm always drawn to water. So I love the summertime, and I love fireworks. And I love swimming with my grandkids now. I used to be a water skier, but that went out the door when the Lyme bite got me. But I decided to do this for myself so that I wouldn't feel alone and heartbroken. And I can't walk that far, so I tried to park as close to the booths as I could. And the very first booth, I'm always drawn to the crystal booths. I always go straight to them. They always draw me in. And I'm always drawn to blue because blue's my favorite color, and I have a lot of blue crystals. But this one, I don't know if you can see very well. It's a bluish green. It's kind of the color of my eyes, and it's the color that Jesus showed me his eyes were during my near-death experience. Some people are like, but he had brown eyes. That's not realistic. That's what he showed me. He might show other people other things. He can turn into any form he wants, but this is the color he showed me. So I was quickly initially drawn to this booth, and I was looking at blue crystals. What blue crystal do I need? Because I was feeling heartbroken. I was feeling alone. I'm feeling so stressed about my finances and my living situation, and I don't know what to do. And it's like, Heavenly Father, I can't take this anymore. Like, you've got to help me, or I want this. This earth is not my home. This earth is too cruel. This earth, I've been too much. I feel like Corey Ten Boom. I feel like Job. I feel like I'm beaten down at every corner when I try to have a kind heart, and I get walked all over because I have a kind heart, and I get taken advantage of because of that, because I'm a people pleaser. And so I bend over backwards to help people, to hope that they'll love me more and appreciate me more. But I don't get appreciated and loved more. You don't. That doesn't happen when you bend over backwards for people. It gives them the opportunity and opens the door for you to be a doormat for them when they open the door and step on you and take advantage of you. And sometimes people don't do it on purpose. Sometimes they do, because there's been plenty who have done it. But I think, like with my children, sometimes they don't. That's just how they grew up. When you have a dad that's disrespectful and you watch him treat your mom like that, what else do you know? Even though I tried to teach them to be kind, which they are amazing kids, amazing individuals, and I'm so proud of them. But so there were two women in the booth, and I was looking at blue, and I was thinking to myself, I need something different. I know blue's for the heart, the throat chakra. That's when you feel like you can't stand up for yourself. You can't speak up because you don't feel like you have the right to stand in your power. And if you try to say anything, people won't appreciate it, or they'll put you down, or they'll demean you. And so you feel like you can't speak. That's your heart chakra. That's why I'm attracted to blue and drawn to the blue crystals. But so there was one lady running the booth talking to everybody, and there was another lady sitting down making these necklaces. And I walked over to her at one point, and she said, "Can I help you find something?" And I just told her, I opened up and said, I'm always drawn to blue, but I feel like I need something for my heart today because I'm feeling heartbroken. And she said, "Yeah, I can feel that." And she said, "Can I give you a hug?" And so I let this total stranger that God put in my path give me a hug. And then she showed me this stone, And I'm like, that's very pretty. It's beautiful. I love it. And she said, it's my favorite. And then, but I kept saying, you know, do you have anything red or pink for the heart? And she read up on this one and she says, I just really feel like this one is for you. She says, I'm going to give this one to you as a gift because Heavenly Father's telling me that it's a gift from Him to you. And He wants me to tell you that He loves you. He knows you have a very tender, good heart, and He's aware of the things that you're going through, and He wants to tell you that you're very strong, and He loves you. And she said, He wants me to give you another hug from Him. Can I do that? And so I started crying. And I was like, of course. Because at first I was like, I can't take this from you as a $40 necklace. And I'm like, I can't just take that from you. And she said, it's a gift from God. So I said, okay, then I will receive with a grateful heart. And then that's when she asked me if she could give me a hug from God. And so I took it, and I said, I'm probably going to cry all over you, so I just need to get out of here really fast so I can go somewhere and cry. And she's like, I totally understand, it's okay. So I walked away with a grateful heart, and then I came home and I realized green is the heart chakra, blue is the throat chakra, and green is the heart chakra. So I was looking for something to heal my heart and for my throat, and this was the perfect thing. This was my perfect gift from God. And this was after I told God last week, I want out of here. I don't want to be on this earth anymore. I've been through too much pain. I can't do this anymore. And I don't know how to do it anymore. I don't know how to make my life work. And everything else I've expressed already. And I was like, Heavenly Father, you've got to help me or send somebody my way because I don't want to do this anymore. Well, He sent this woman to me. Her name was Heather. And He gave me this beautiful gift. And He gave me a hug through Heather to me. So I'm just here to tell you that if you want to give up, if you're feeling heartbroken, if you feel like you don't know how to make this life work, and you've tried so hard for so many years to figure it out, and you've been betrayed and walked all over, and you are struggling financially and don't know how you're going to make it, and it's like, Heavenly Father, just please let me come home and be with you so that I can feel your love and be healed and rest. I just need to rest because I'm so tired and weary. So if you're feeling tired and weary, this is for you. This message is for you. And this message is from God. He loves you. He's aware of you. He knows your heart. And that's the message that He wanted me to give to you today.